Hello, I'm Sharon. First of all, I need to warn you that if I start shouting, it's because I have 3 teenagers. Well, when I think back to when my youngest was born, I didn't think about the journey through life at all. As our family grew, so did our problems. We knew we had 3 very special, very different children, but it was a complete shock when our boys, Sean then 3 and Scott 2, were diagnosed with autism and other complex needs. Our daughter Rebecca was absolutely fine, but very demanding. It was hard, so hard. Scott didn't sleep, maybe 1 hour through the day or night. He didn't eat. He didn't really like me at all. He was screaming all the time, and he would only stop when Dad came home. Sean stopped walking, talking, holding eye contact and eating, and my daughter wouldn't stop talking. My so-called friends stopped calling and coming around. People were rude. They shouting at me in the shops and in parks to get my brats to behave. I was in despair, and my social worker and I had another home visit. I broke down, desperate for something. She handed me a leaflet for Families in Focus. After a few days of reading and rereading the leaflet, I plucked the courage to call. And after a few minutes of speaking to the lady, Scott was screaming so loud that she said, "I'll come round." It was a few days later, and she came round. The sun was shining, or was it a light in the darkness? We chatted for ages, and I told her about us and that I had no one. My family were working, my friends had disappeared. She told me about the drop-in and told me to go. It was on a Wednesday from 10 till 12. So armed with 3 fully loaded children, we arrived on Family in Focus radar with a bang. I don't know who was more shocked, me or them. But when I left, I realised that I wasn't the only family, I wasn't the only one. As new problems arose, Families in Focus has helped me with Blue Badge, DLA, nursery and school forms, doctors and medical and education appeals, and appointments. Bullying issues, young carers, support courses, relaxation techniques, and self-worth, and many more. The biggest thing that they have done for me is my sanity. The friends that I have made from Families in Focus don't judge me, my family, or the quirky behaviour. They don't run away, they support me as I do for them. And I can now support others by doing voluntary work at school where my son goes. Our journey will never end, problems will always come up, and I feel I will always need support, as well as my children and other families. For this to happen, for organisations like Families in Focus to continue to do their sterling work, they need your help. Money from investors such as yourself to carry on supporting the supporters that support my family and others for many years to come. Thank you for listening.